This is the first book which I read this year. This book has changed my thoughts on startup. I hope it will change your thoughts also. It is not only useful for startup. It will give you a direction on how to approach the future. If you are interested in this book, please stick till the end. You will get something out of this book. Before we dive into this book, let's know about the authors.
Peter Thiel is an entrepreneur and investor. He started PayPal in 1998, led it as CEO, and took it public in 2002, defining a new era of fast and secure online commerce. In 2004, he made the first outside investment in Facebook, where he serves as a director. The same year, he launched Palantir Technologies, a software company that harnesses computers to empower human analysts in fields like national security and global finance. He has provided early funding for LinkedIn, Yelp, and dozens of successful technology startups, many run by former colleagues who have been dubbed the PayPal Mafia. He is a partner at Founders Fund, a Silicon Valley venture capital firm that has funded companies like SpaceX and Airbnb. He started the Thiel Fellowship.
Through Thiel Fellowship, the OYO founder Ritesh Agarwal received financial support of $100,000, mentorship and networking opportunities. Let's know what Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk said about this book.
This book delivers completely new and refreshing ideas on how to create value in the world. Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Facebook. Peter Thiel has built multiple breakthrough companies, and 0 to 1 shows how. Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX and Tesla. What is 0 to 1? Peter Thiel writes like this: 0 to 1, the future of progress. When we think about the future, we hope for a future of progress. That progress can be one of two forms: horizontal or extensive progress, means copying things that work, going from 1 to n. Horizontal progress is easy to imagine because we already know what it looks like. Vertical or intensive progress means doing new things, going from 0 to 1. Vertical progress is harder to imagine because it requires doing something nobody else has ever done. If you take one typewriter and build 100, you have made horizontal progress. If you have a typewriter and build a word processor, you have made a vertical progress.
For better understanding, if you have one pencil and made 10 pencils out of it, you made horizontal progress. If you have one pencil and made 10 pencil, you made vertical progress.
The single word for horizontal progress is globalization. Taking things that work somewhere and making them work everywhere. China is the paradigmatic example of globalization. Its 20-year plan is to become like the United States today. The single word for vertical 0 to 1 progress is technology. The rapid progress of information technology in recent decades has made Silicon Valley the capital of technology in general. But there is no reason why technology should be limited to computers. Properly understand, any new and better way of doing things is technology.
There we have the key principle number 1, monopoly. A monopoly is a market structure with a single seller or producer that assumes a dominant position in an industry.
Monopoly is the condition of every successful business. All happy companies are different. Each one earns a monopoly by solving a unique problem. All failed companies are the same. They fail to escape the competition.
The happy companies that dominate in the monopoly are Amazon in e-commerce, Facebook in social networking, Microsoft in operating system, Google in search engine. Let's know how Google has dominated in monopoly.
Think about how Google talks about its business. It certainly does not claim to be a monopoly. But is it one? Well, it depends. A monopoly in what? Let's say that Google is primarily a search engine. As of May 2014, it owns about 68% of search marketing. Its closest competitors, Microsoft and Yahoo, have about 19% and 10% respectively. If that does not seem dominant enough, consider the fact that the word Google is now an official entry in the Oxford English Dictionary as a verb. But suppose we say that Google is primarily an advertising company. That changes things. The US search engine advertising market is $17 billion annually. Online advertising is $37 billion annually. The entire US advertising market is $150 billion annually. And global advertising is $495 billion market. From this angle, Google looks like a small player in competitive world. What if we frame Google as a multifaceted technology company instead? In addition to its search engine, Google makes dozens of other software products, not to mention robotic cars, Android phones, and wearable computers. But 95% of Google revenue comes from search advertising. Its other products generated just 2.35 billion in 2012, and its customer tech products a mere fraction of that. Framing itself as just another tech company allows Google to escape all sorts of unwanted attention.
There we have a key principle number 2, hiring. I hope you already heard this. Once a question was asked to Deepinder Goyal, CEO of Zomato. How do your company become so much successful? He answers like this: putting the right person at the right place. This shows us how much important is hiring.
Peter Thiel writes like this: from the start, I wanted PayPal to be tightly canite instead of transactional. I thought stronger relationship would make us not just happier and better at work, but also more successful in our careers even beyond PayPal. So we set out to hire people who would actually enjoy working together. They had to be talented, but even more than that, they had to be excited about working specifically with us. That was the start of PayPal Mafia.
To attract talented people to your company, just use this hack.
You probably can't be the Google of 2014 in terms of compensation or perks, but you can be like the Google of 1999 if you already have good answers about our mission and team. There we have the key principle number 3, competition. Competition means no profit for anybody, no meaningful differentiation, and a struggle for survival. We preach competition, internalize its necessities, and enact its commandments. And as a result, we trap ourselves within it. Even though the more we compete, the less we gain. This is the simple truth, but we have all been trained to ignore it.
Let's see what competition does in large scale.
The result: Windows versus Chrome OS, Bing versus Google Search, Explorer versus Chrome, Office versus Docs, and Surface versus Nexus. Just as war cost the Montagues and Capsulets their children, it cost Microsoft and Google their dominance. Apple came along and overtook them all. In January 2013, Apple's market capitalization was $50 billion, while Google and Microsoft combined were worth $467 billion. Just 3 years before, Microsoft and Google were each more valuable than Apple. War is costly business. There we have the main key principle questions that every business must answer. The engineering question: can you create breakthrough technology instead of incremental improvements? The timing question: is now the right time to start your particular business? The monopoly question: are you starting with a big share of small market? The people question: do you have the right team? The distribution question: do you have a way to not just create but deliver your product? The durability question: will your market position be defensible 10 and 20 years into the future? The secret question: have you identified a unique opportunity that others don't see? Whatever your business or industry, any great business plan must address every one of them. If you don't have good answers to this question, you will run into a lot of losses and bad luck, and your business will fail. If you nail all 7, you will master fortune and succeed.
I think I only covered the surface part of this book. If you want to know more about this book, I highly recommend you to please read this book. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you hopefully in the next video.